Hey guys, it's Jodi here with Honeysuckle Bee-stro, and I have my friend Melanie Shock with me at the table. The reason why I asked Melanie to cook with me today is because Melanie and her husband Terry are some of our regulars, but they have such a unique, exciting, intriguing story, and we have just learned so much from them. So tell us where you're from. Tell us how you got to Brazil, Indiana.
Okay, so I was born and raised and lived most of my life, all of my life until I moved here in Alexandria, Louisiana. My husband's from Fort Smith, Arkansas, and he came to Alexandria after we got married, and so he was there for 32 years. We were on the pastoral staff of a church there, pastored for 30 years. Both of us in ministry before that, but 30 years together. Resigned and started traveling around the United States, doing leadership training teams, and then we also became directors of Leadership Development International for our missions program. Foreign missions program, which took us into all parts of the world, training and teaching teams and that sort of thing. So how did we end up in Brazil? So we knew we needed to relocate after we resigned, because you don't stay in a town, once you've pastored that long and been that much of a part of something. And so I said, well, if we have to leave anyway, let's go somewhere where there's snow. Oh. And so it's like, okay, so, it's like we made a short list. Indiana was not on the short list.
Really? Okay.
And so it was just a series of events that sort of led us to this. And so we were going to move to the Terre Haute area.
Right.
We decided on the Terre Haute area, and I had one weekend that whole season to look for a house, like from January to August. And my son came with me, and the one I wanted to see, they wouldn't show me. For some reason, the man wouldn't I don't understand that. Never.
Oh, wow.
And now I know it was in a part of Terre Haute that I probably would not have enjoyed living in. It was far away from things.
Yeah.
So I went to Zillow, and the one in Brazil popped up that day, and I said, let me see that. And she took me, and it was like, yeah. So we made an offer right then, and the rest is history.
Wow.
So that's how we ended up here.
So that was kind of a God thing, because then you actually had your pastor sign and do the paperwork for you whenever you closed, because you guys were out of the country.
We did. We were out of the country whenever the bank approved the loan. We were out of the country whenever we agreed on the price of the house. We were out, and we were in another place whenever it was time to close, and so he had to go and close for us, and we were grateful to him for that.
That is so cool. Okay, so they have the coolest story. So you guys have traveled how many countries, just off the top of your head, would you say that you've been in?
I need to count. I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
How many dozens, just off the top of your head?
I don't know, but a lot.
Because about how many weeks a year do either you or Terry, are you guys traveling?
Last year, we probably traveled 49 weeks.
Oh, wow.
No, I'll take that back, because we took those last 6 off. So 52 minus 6 is how many we traveled last year.
Okay, so 46. Okay.
Yeah, and then 12 of those was out of the country.
Okay.
Which, that's that's the reason we're relocating actually now, because that has gotten very hard to do with jet lag coming back in, and you've got jet lag, and you have to do something at the house, but yet you have to wash your clothes and pack your bags to go somewhere else here in the States, and then come, and it's gotten unsustainable. Right. The pace of it all has. So that's why we are relocating to Branson. Branson is a destination area. Our consulting part of what we do has really exploded and grown. And so we feel like that if we take it to Branson, that's a destination it will be easier for people to get to us, bring their families. Their families can do something else while they're with us.
Right. Because the Brazil Terre Haute area really isn't known as a destination location.
It's not known as a now, during Covered Bridge,
yeah,
maybe, but no, not normally. It's not. We're really grateful for our time here.
Good.
There's so many reasons.
Good.
You and Andy are at the top of the list.
Your ministry, because you have a ministry now. You left church ministry and started your own, which is Kingdom Quest.
Right.
Tell a little bit about what Kingdom Quest is.
Okay, so Kingdom Quest Ministries is our nonprofit. We actually started it in 2007 while we were still pastoring to be the umbrella over what we did when we went out.
Okay.
And so then when we started going out full time, it just became who we are. We seek to equip leaders, Christian leaders, church leaders, ministry leaders, senior pastors, teams, worship pastors, youth pastors. We were a youth pastor for 10 years. I mean, that's real close to our hearts. Yeah. Ephesians 5 gives the fivefold ministry of the church, the pastors, the prophets, the apostles, the teachers, the evangelists. We seek to equip them.
Okay, yeah. So I kind of tell people in a nutshell that you guys are kind of pastors to pastors.
Well, yeah.
So
we have many that call us pastor.
But you guys have an international ministry.
Yes.
Just tell some of the places that you have been. Because, okay, I'll be honest, I've never been outside of the United States. So I have learned so much from you and Terry about what the big world and the big world in Christ's kingdom is like.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, so tell people.
It's a game changer.
It is, yeah.
It is. It's a perspective changer. Terry got his start. I think he went to Mexico before we ever married. That was his first time out of the United States. And then we took our youth group there at one point. But then in the 90s, we went to the Philippines for the first time.
Okay.
And both of us felt something really strong while we were there, a big tug. And the meeting that we were at was a meeting of all of Asia, leaders of all of Asia.
Okay.
So there were a lot of different leaders from different places. I think there were probably 250 maybe at that meeting from all kind of countries.
Okay.
So in the early 2000s, we were actually in Hawaii on our anniversary, and a lady was supposed to go and do a women's conference there, and her husband got deathly ill, and she said, "You're so close. Can you go?"
Oh wow! Yeah.
So it was like I wouldn't have done it, but I immediately felt like the Spirit said, "Yes, you need to do this," and Terry felt the same thing. Yeah. We both agreed. So I had that was before, the internet was so prolific, and I had my passport flown to me on Continental Airlines.
Oh wow!
And some notes for some things to speak on, and got on a plane the next day and went to the Philippines, and I landed in Manila, and then I had to take another hour flight to another island, and then another bus ride up into the mountains, and I was just like I had never done or been anywhere. And this is an example of, I think, what everything led to. So as we were, then we got in a car and we were going on a dirt road up into the mountains to the place where this was being held. And as we were riding on this dirt road in this tiny little car, we passed women who were walking miles and miles and miles to get to the conference.
Oh, wow.
And they had little plastic sacks with their belongings in them and rice, because they were going to cook rice over an open fire, and that's what they were going to eat. And they would wave, and what struck me, I might get emotional, and I don't want to do that, but every time I tell this story, I'm transported back. Yeah. And so what struck me about them was their joy. They were so happy.
Oh, wow.
They didn't know what they didn't have.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what they didn't have. They were on their way to a conference where they were going to worship, and they were going to be with friends, and they were going to cook rice over an open fire and talk and laugh with their friends and maybe cry and maybe whatever, just share, and they were so happy. And I thought, we're missing something in America. And so as I've traveled, in our very developed countries, you see the attitude of America of I need, I want. But in our more underdeveloped countries, the main thing you see is joy.
Wow. This is what I love about our relationship, because you tell us stuff that's going on in the world that we have no way of knowing, just being here. And you guys go into Muslim countries, and so does your daughter. And just, can you talk about that a little bit of what that's like? Because I think as American Christians, we have a view, and you being there firsthand has taught me a little bit that maybe that view's not always 100% right.
No, it really isn't. We do travel through countries that are primarily Muslim. And I think that what has struck us most about all that and about being in those places, they are so respectful, so kind. The people could not be kinder.
Even though you're an American, you feel like that they were respectful. Do you feel like they were respectful because you were American, or do you feel like that they were respectful because that's their culture?
I think that's their culture.
Okay.
They're very respectful of older. They do not dismiss older people the way that the Western culture sometimes does. They value older people. They're multi-generational in their living, in their lifestyle, in their habits, and the older people are given great honor and great respect. And that carries over into society for them. I don't go into the politics of anything at all, but being in some of their homes, being, of course, out with them, they are just, they're like that toward everybody. But one thing that I would say that people I don't think understand in America is the God of the Old Testament is the same God to them. Okay. We share the same Old Testament. Okay. And so when we talk about God and we talk about Moses and Abraham and our, the church, the biblical fathers of the faith, same thing. It's the same thing with them. So
Muslims,
common ground.
Okay, so Muslims believe in the Old Testament God. They believe in Abraham. What do they think about Jesus?
They believe he existed.
Okay.
And that he was a good man.
Okay. All right. So out of all the countries that you have been in, which one has been the least friendly, would you say?
Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to get in trouble probably.
Okay.
I will say that the more developed countries are the least friendly. Okay. So the countries, a lot of the European countries that are very developed are not as, not Italy. Italy is party central. Italy is just happy and wonderful. Okay. And I have extremely good friends in so many of these other countries. But the people, the population, the culture is more reserved. Okay. They're not open. They are more closed.
So why do you think the developed countries are more closed and not as friendly?
The developed countries, and I'm including the United States in that. Okay. The developed countries are so self-sustainable. Okay. They are self-sufficient. You
think they're self-preserving too?
Of their lifestyle, most definitely. It's like this, we've created this, we like this, don't fool with this. Okay. The less developed countries have so many needs. And so they're open, and they have to find joy where they can get it. Okay. You can't buy it. Right. It's not in things because we don't have money for things.
Right. Oh, that's a good point. Wow.
And they are, they're very open spiritually. Okay. The developed countries are not nearly as open spiritually as the underdeveloped.
So do you think that the developed countries look for their joy in things? If underdeveloped countries don't look for joy in things?
I think they definitely measure their so-called happiness by money, by education, by status, by things.
Okay.
And if you don't have those things, and it's so interesting. Here I am. Shut me off if I get too much.
No.
But it's so interesting to me in the church setting and in what we do to hear what people are thankful for. And in the developed countries, they're thankful for the things, and they call them blessings. And in the underdeveloped countries, they're thankful for their food, and they call that a blessing.
Yeah, wow.
And so it's just interesting to see what they're thankful for.
Yeah. You taught me something that I had, it was kind of a paradigm shift for me. That whenever you've gone into Israel has not been like super friendly to Christianity being brought in.
Right.
And that was a foreign concept to me because of our relationship with Israel, and the Judeo-Christian mindset. You think, oh, we're kind of like holding hands, and and that was a paradigm shift for me.
Yeah, they are very welcoming to Christian tourists.
Okay.
And people who visit the Christian sites. They're very welcoming to Americans, to Western people.
I want to talk about how you guys got here, coming to our place. And I want to talk about what that meant to us on our end. You came for the first time in 21, I think it was.
March of 21.
And that was when we were in the little building, right after we'd opened up from COVID. Yeah. And you guys moved up here in what year?
We actually moved up in August of 18.
Okay.
But we were gone so much. And then 2020 happened.
Yeah.
And then our daughter got married to a guy from here.
Yeah.
In March of 21. And so she was gone. And that first weekend after she got married, we were like, now what do we do? Now what? So we had been seeing honeysuckle signs, and some people have been saying, you would love that place, you need to go. So I said, why don't we try that? And we walked in and sat down and loved it.
Well, I don't know how many times you guys have been here before I got to sit down with you guys and talk with you. And you guys had said something to me, and I'm probably going to cry saying it. I am. Gosh darn it. You're the first interview I've cried with, Melanie. So anyway, you said that how peaceful it was. And that was something when we first came and looked at this property, 20 plus years ago, that we felt that here. And you only feel peace whenever the Holy Spirit is there. And so we have done everything that we can, that we know what to do to stay in connection with God and with the Holy Spirit, because we don't want that peace to leave. And we had gone through, 2020 was really bad for us on a personal level. And whenever you told me that, you were the first people, because we had other people tell us how peaceful the property was. But you guys were the first people to tell us that post, what we had gone through as a family. That I'll share that story sometime, but it's not mine to share yet, and it's not quite ready. Right. You know the story, and you'll know the story someday, but it's not yours to know yet. It will be. But anyway, that was my concern, was, oh my gosh, since we have gone through this trauma, does it still feel peaceful here? And you guys saying that, I think I cried that night, and because that meant a lot to know that other people were feeling that peace. That was something that I really appreciated that. And so
since that time, we've brought so many people out here,
Yeah.
So many of our pastoral intensive couples that came through. We would bring, when you were open on Fridays for lunch, we would bring them here. So many people have come through. The nonfiction ladies have come through the night before each year. So many other people have said that, maybe not even to you, but to me. Oh, we just felt peace when we drove onto the property.
Praise
and
Jesus.
Terry and I still feel that here. There's something special about this whole hill, you know. And I thank you and Andy and your girls and your family. I thank y'all for sharing it.
Well, thank you for coming and sharing it. And you have shared it with dozens, if not hundreds of people, from not just around the country, but around the world. I mean, we've had people from Denmark and other locations, other countries from around the world that have stayed here because for the last, 3-4 years, you have done nonfiction, which I love the name of that, which is a women's conference for women in leadership.
Right.
You've done it in Terre Haute. When that brings in 250 women, 300 women, wow, from all across the world, and that has been a blessing to us. You know, you've asked us to cater that and everything, and that's been great, and getting to meet all these people, and you know, because there's been missionaries that, you know, they're in some tricky countries, you know, and getting to hear their story. So again, you have just opened up so much of the world to us. And whenever I got the cancer diagnosis, you guys were, you know, one of the very first people that we told outside of, you know, family and staff. I think you guys were the first people that we told, you know, and you guys sat with Andy whenever I had my surgery, and you guys have just been our pastors.
Oh,
and so
you do make me cry.
I know. It's just, but you guys have just, who would have thought that opening up our home to be a restaurant, you know, which is a crazy idea, just how much God would bless us, you know, by doing that, just by the people that we would meet.
Most of the people, when we've told them we are relocating, they've been like, "Oh no, what about your friends Andy and Joe? What about the restaurant people? Oh no, are you leaving your friends?" And I'm like, you know, we're leaving them, but there's a road between here and there.
Yeah.
And we will both drive it.
Yeah.
Because I feel that our connection is a lifetime connection.
Yeah, I agree.
It was not a seasonal thing.
I agree.
This is a lifetime thing, and God did it.
Yeah.
I feel like God did it in so many ways, so many layers. You've mentioned a few of them.
Yeah.
I wish you could have been a fly on the wall in some of Terry and my conversations when we would leave here about how you filled a void. There were many times it was a painful void that we were feeling because you moved hundreds of miles away from family. You just feel it. You can't help it. You just do. And you guys feel that. And so you've become family to us.
Well, you guys definitely have become family to us too. So I just love it.
Thank you.
So, all right, we are cooking gumbo today.
We are Melanie's
Gumbo.
And there will be Cajun cooks who say that's not real gumbo. But you know what? It is my real gumbo.
And it's not in a recipe book anyway.
No, it is not.
Anywhere. So anyway, you guys, you're going to have Melanie's gumbo. So come to the kitchen with us. Okay, so Melanie, we're making
gumbo.
Gumbo. Okay.
My version.
Your version of gumbo.
Because everybody has their own version.
Okay.
Everybody. If you're from Louisiana, however many people make gumbo, that's how many versions there is.
Okay, so is this something that your mom taught you how to make, or is this a total Melanie creation?
No, this is partly my mom, and then I added too.
Okay.
A little bit. And then it's so interesting because Kendra has taken my recipe and she's changed it up and added her little things.
That's fun.
So it's really
fun.
It's cool the way it works. But
okay, so go ahead and show us how you're going to cut this.
So I just cut it in. If it's a smaller sausage, I will just do it like this. But
Okay.
since this one is kind of thick and big, I will probably cut it like this down the middle.
Perfect. Okay.
Then I'll make the slices just so that they're like bite size. You know?
Okay. And so is andouille, is that how you say andouille?
Andouille.
Andouille. Okay. So is that the typical sausage that you would put into gumbo?
To be honest,
Yeah.
not in the South.
Really?
But up here, I haven't found a good sausage.
Okay.
So I have gone to this because this seems to be the closest to
Okay.
what I'm looking for.
Okay.
You know.
So what kind of sausage would you use if you were able to get it?
I really like just plain smoked beef sausage.
Okay.
And then that way your seasonings and you know you have more freedom to do a lot of seasoning and do whatever you need to do.
Okay.
This way you kind of have to play with the flavor of the sausage
Okay.
as you go.
Okay. Because this is a pork sausage. This is smoking goose, which I think is actually out of Indiana. Smoking goose is out of Indiana, I think. Indianapolis.
Okay. Yep.
So it's a Hoosier andouille
So this
sausage.
would be a Hoosier gumbo.
And it says it's smoked pork sausage, allspice, chili, mace, and mustard.
It'll be interesting. We'll see.
Okay.
So what I'll do is after this cooks down a little bit, I will taste it.
Okay.
And I'll see what the sausage actually tastes like, and then I'll know kind of which direction to go with the rest of the stuff that I put in.
So it's really in the seasonings then.
Yes, it is. I'm from Alexandria, which is the center part of the state.
Okay.
And everything below us, I mean, even 15, 20 miles below us, starts Cajun country.
Okay.
And so everything from there to the Gulf is Cajun country. Everything from there to the north is farmland and what we call North Louisiana people who are more meat and potatoes people.
Okay.
But your Cajun cooks and all this, your Cajun culture, everything else is below us. And we were like in this dividing line.
Right.
So Cajun gumbo, it's going to be what we say dirtier. It's going to have more thicker gravy, more ingredients. They're going to put the crawfish and the crawfish tails and the shrimp and the everything you can think of in there.
Okay.
Northern gumbo, Northern Louisiana gumbo, is more like chicken and sausage.
Okay. So did you guys, I mean, who started gumbo? Was it the Cajuns or was it the Northern Louisiana people?
From what I have read, the Cajuns started the gumbo because Cajuns were, if you have ever read Longfellow's poem Evangeline, that was written about it's shortened to Cajuns now, but the Acadians who came from Nova Scotia, they were banished from Nova Scotia and put on boats and brought down and just let off in southern Louisiana. So they had they had no money, they had no anything.
Okay.
So they were very resourceful.
Yeah.
And they learned to make spicy, seasoned food out of anything.
Okay. Okay.
And so that's where you get what we call dirty rice.
Okay.
You know, crawfish etouffee. They mix everything, red beans and rice. They were just very resourceful. And so from what I understand, that's kind of how gumbo
got started.
originated.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why were they banned from Nova Scotia?
It was a political thing, a government thing. They were exiled.
It's always a government thing.
And Evangeline, the poem Evangeline is a love story about Evangeline, and there's actually an Evangeline Parish.
Oh, okay.
And her lover who got separated and put on two different boats.
Yeah.
And they kept escaping each other.
Oh.
And
now I'm going to have to read it.
You're going to have to read the poem, yeah, because I'm not going to
Okay.
I'm going to just put this in here.
Okay.
We'll put some water in it in a minute.
And because you said that you boil this,
Yes,
so you don't fry it, you boil it. Put water in that, and we'll get that cooking then. About how long will it take to cook once you put the water in?
15 minutes. Just till it comes. Let it boil for about a good 5 minutes.
Okay. So we'll just. Sheesh, I'm making a mess here already. And are we just covering it a little bit, or are we wanting to put a lot of water into this?
No, just cover it a little bit because I'll drain it.
Okay. Because you said you wanted to get the fat off of it, right? Melanie, this is boiling. How's this looking?
This is looking good.
Okay,
Yeah,
so now we should drain it? Okay,
It's
so
ready.
shut it off. And I'll do this part of it. And then, ooh, man, got my arm there on that one. Okay, now what do we do? What's the next step?
So now we do the seasonings.
And the butter, you need the butter? Okay, I'll grab the butter out. And
So
we're going to just kind of dance a little bit in here.
Yeah.
And then you need,
Leave that for there.
okay, so you're thinking 4 tablespoons.
I think this will be enough for now.
Okay. And do you want the veggies now too?
Yes.
Okay, so the veggies are just onion and peppers.
Onions and peppers, and sometimes we add celery in with that.
Okay.
But not all the time, so
Okay.
it's not totally necessary. Over the stove.
All right. And then, so you said earlier when we were off camera that some purists in Louisiana would not call this, oh, look, I am getting it all over the stove, would not call this gumbo.
Right.
And what's the difference? Why would they not call this gumbo?
Because the roux. Whenever we get to making the roux, I'll show you why. They believe it's got to be flour and oil, and you have to stand there 45 minutes and stir, and you have to do all that. Okay.
You don't have time for that.
I don't have time for that, and that's too heavy for me. I don't like the heaviness of flour and oil.
Yeah.
It makes a gumbo heavy for me.
And so, are you just looking for that to just be tender?
Just soften a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is this a meal that you would make on a weekly, monthly? How often would you make this?
Well, I don't have enough freezer space, but Kendra actually makes it and keeps it frozen.
Okay.
Because this is what you pull out for unexpected company. This is what you pull out for, oh my goodness, I have a big group, I don't have time to do anything.
Okay.
You know, so you keep it pretty much all the time. Or we should.
Okay. Okay.
Now we'll make it at the beginning of the week and eat on it, all week. And once you get tired of it as a main dish, it's your appetizer. It's just
Okay. So it's super versatile.
very versatile.
So, I can remember growing up, we would have like soup beans whenever it was a busy cleaning day or something. It was something that Mom could throw on, and it would cook throughout the day, and then it was easy to serve up. You didn't have a lot of time invested in it. Is gumbo one of those things?
It definitely is in the winter,
Okay.
fall and winter.
Okay.
In the summer, it's more red beans and rice.
Okay.
So that's definitely a Cajun dish,
Okay.
Where you do the red beans and rice and you mix the sausage bits in with that.
Now,
that's a Monday dish.
Okay, so in Louisiana, do they cook out very often in the summertime? Well, you guys have a longer summer than what we have,
It's the whole year.
That's
why I wanted to do where there was snow.
So do you guys, do you guys cook out very much? Is that a regular thing that people do in the South?
Barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah, but crawfish boils, especially during the winter. Because it's not hugely cold,
Okay,
it's just pleasant, actually.
Is there a season for crawfish?
Yes, there is.
And what's the season?
Usually around January, and it's ending probably around now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Your onions are starting to look translucent, and your peppers are looking soft.
So now is where I am not a true Southerner.
Okay.
I am not.
Well, your accent would never give that away. Okay, so this is a Tony's roux that you just put in. Okay, do you need a spoon for that?
I'm going to need something. Just
a
knife, anything, just to.
Okay. How about a little fork? Because those are handier for me to grab. Okay. There you go. Okay. So you're able to buy this up here then?
No.
Oh, okay.
I haven't found it up here.
Okay.
But you can order it.
Okay. Tony's Catcheries? Sasheries.
Tony's Sasheries.
Okay. You guys don't do phonics like we do phonics up here.
No.
Okay. Instant Creole roux. Here, let me Let me put that.
And I
so
do
do you order this like on Amazon, or where do you order this?
And it's really expensive. You know what? The best way to do it is
What?
just to go to Walmart in Louisiana. Go to a Walmart website.
Okay.
And order it through a Walmart or something.
Okay, so if you go, for your store, you would hit a Louisiana and then have it delivered to your house.
Yeah.
She's so smart.
Yeah. So chicken broth.
Okay, so just regular chicken broth. Okay.
Chicken broth, and I just start adding it.
Okay. Do you want me to open up these others?
Yes.
Or do you want to?
Let's do one more.
Okay.
See what happens. Now the roux mix, I do according to color and texture.
Okay.
Because this really is not, it's not going to have any taste.
Okay.
It's giving it the consistency I want.
Okay, so you want to get that a good shot. Vivian is our videographer today.
So see, it's almost like hot chocolate, a little thicker than hot chocolate maybe.
Okay.
Okay,
All
and
right.
I didn't measure anything. I just
It looked like you had probably at least a cup in there before you added the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now you're at 2 cups. So
Yeah.
probably.
Okay.
All right.
And I just pour that in there.
Okay, so tell me so far where you differ from your mom's recipe.
Haven't yet.
Here, you have not. You want to put that right there.
I'll show you.
What do you need?
Let's go with the other one.
Okay.
I have some
Throw this in
seasoning
here.
I put in there that my mother never did.
Okay. How far back in Louisiana does your family go?
Oh my. Well, I know where my great grandmother's buried that came in 1850.
Okay.
So I've seen her burial plot.
Okay.
But
have you done any genealogy? Are you
my
a genealogy
relatives-
person?
My relatives have, and I would have loved to have been a genealogy person, but I just never had time.
You're not dead yet. You
You're
might be able
right.
to.
You're right. Now I'm looking for a couple, 4, 5 more lives. Okay, look at that. That's looking good.
Okay, Vivs, you want to get the camera down in here and see your color? Mm-hmm. It's smelling good. Okay, so when do we add, because we're going to add chicken to this, cooked chicken, and we're adding the sausage back in.
So I'm gonna add the seasonings right now while I can still taste it.
Okay,
so this
cool.
is done strictly by taste.
Okay,
Strictly
all right.
by taste.
So so we call that here at the Bee-stro, you're cooking by the feels.
That's it.
Okay.
That's exactly right. So this is Tony's Creole seasoning.
Okay.
You can get that here. You can get that everywhere here.
Okay.
Now
Good.
here's where I differ from my mother.
Okay.
This is Zatarain's crab oil.
Okay.
Okay, and it's really spicy. There's everything in here but the kitchen sink.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
can tell.
Yeah. A lot of seeds. It looks like in there.
Dirt, mud.
Okay. And this you get at Kroger or
You can actually get this. I have seen this
at Walmart or wherever.
Basler's. I have seen it here at Basler's.
Okay.
Now I'm not sure about Kroger or Walmart here. Maybe. I just haven't looked. So I'm going to do just a couple of little.
Okay. I'm going to read the ingredients on that.
It
looks like a lot of seeds. Mustard seed, coriander seed, red pepper, dill seed, bay leaf, and allspice.
Oh, okay.
So nothing really spicy in that.
No, but it gives it a kick.
Well, the red pepper.
The red pepper, I guess, does.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Okay.
And how thick do you want this? Because this is still pretty runny.
Yeah. I'm going to let it cook for about 10 minutes. Well, I don't have to do this.
You want to use that one?
I'm going to have to let it cook for about 10 minutes and see how thick it gets. And then, if it's not enough, I'll add more.
Okay.
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 What do you think? You're making your nose run already? She's coughing.
But I do need a little bit of salt. Also going to add just a little bit of the better than chicken flavored better than chicken.
Okay. All right. You tell me when to whoa.
Yeah, the whole thing like that.
The whole thing? Okay.
You're right. See, and this is just because I just brought it just in case.
Yeah.
And
You needed it.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes these little things aren't as flavorful. Is that hot? Did you just burn yourself?
I just touched the stove.
Oh, well, let's not do that.
This is why I don't have a restaurant. I wouldn't have any fingers left on my hand if I had a restaurant.
Well, then you could be a criminal because then you wouldn't have fingerprints.
And then I could elude Andy.
He's retired. All right.
Goodness.
This is fun. I like watching her drink and see. That's the
Here
flavor you're after.
Here we go.
Okay. So Melanie, this is the thickness that you like it then? Okay.
Yep.
And so now we're adding in the sausage again. Okay. Okay. And we're going to add in some chicken. And so this is just pre-cooked chicken. So do you ever use like a rotisserie chicken or anything? If you have anything like that?
Simply because if I'm cooking it, I do organic meat.
Okay.
So
Yep.
That's
Okay.
why I don't. But
Well, this chicken is Miller's chicken, so
it's
antibiotic,
good chicken,
hormone free,
right.
right?
and I like the fact that there's some dark meat mixed in here,
Yeah.
right? And
Yep.
that's good because that gives it more flavor.
And so you serve this over rice.
You do. You serve it over rice. Now I brought some southern potato salad with me.
Okay.
Made with blue plate sandwich bread, which you can only get in Louisiana and some parts of Arkansas.
Okay.
But it is made in Louisiana. The Blue Plate Company is in
Okay.
Louisiana. And Cajuns will put potato salad in their bowl and gumbo over their potato salad
Okay.
on one side with rice on the other. And a lot of people say, why? It melts it. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just
that's
good.
just it.
It's
That's
just,
just what it is.
but it makes you wonder who started
Who
that.
started that?
Who
I
was
don't
that
know.
person?
I don't know. A couple spoonfuls of rice, and then I am not wanting to overwhelm everybody, so
Okay.
I am just going to.
We can always come back and get
You
more.
can. You
Okay.
can. I'm just putting one ladleful of gumbo over the couple spoonfuls
Okay.
of rice.
All right. And I'll take this.
And-
Okay, I want to try this the way that you talked about it, Melanie, with
Yeah.
doing the potato salad to the side. Okay.
And then you mix the gumbo in with that.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to try that.
I don't know if y'all want any because this is different.
What's that, man?
That's good. That potato salad's good too.